Okay, welcome to my basement. Not in the garage, because I still need to build some tables up there and some workbenches. But basement's good enough. I got all my skis down here and my workstation with all the monitors. Today's a little different. We're going to be working on the Traxxas T-Maxx. Picked up this T-Maxx 3.3 on Amazon, link in the description below, and did the break-in period for it, the 6 tanks according to the instruction manuals. That went okay. During the break-in period, I actually ran into a couple issues. So I want to address all those things today. I'm going to be upgrading some parts, changing out some electronics, because I had some weird experiences while I was breaking this in. Also, I'm going to be doing it one-handed because I had shoulder surgery. Let's get to it. Links in the description below for all the parts I'm going to be using. Let's get this thing modified and back in action. All right, so the first thing that happened during the break-in period was I actually had a radio malfunction. So let me show you what happened. All right, so I noticed this has got the TQI with stability management control. There it is. It's actually a pretty good receiver. However, this particular model has these 2 wires running out here. RPM sensor and a temperature sensor. And I noticed as I was doing the break-in period, the throttle got stuck and steering also got stuck. So I ended up in a situation where steering wheel was all the way to the left and the throttle was doing this. It flipped over and I was just trying to figure out what was going on. And that's what it was doing. I couldn't get it to accept any commands or inputs from the controller, and I effectively just flipped it over and plugged the exhaust pipe to get it shut down because clearly something was going on. I replaced the batteries, checked it, it was still putting out between 5.8 and 5.5 volts on the 4 AA's, which is, this is a 6 volt system. Same thing. It started glitching out on me, crashed into the fence. So I now have some damage on the front bumper. Replaced the batteries, worked for about half a tank. Again, started to take off on me and it was out of control. So, investigating on some of this stuff, I figured, okay, as the truck heats up, things start to go haywire. I then disconnected the temperature sensor, or the temperature leads to the receiver, and the RPM leads, and I haven't had any issues since. However, I'm not 100% convinced that it's solved, so what I'm going to do is first replace the receiver, the TQI receiver, with just a basic TQ. So this will be power, throttle, and gas. And I believe there are 2 other channels that can be used for whatever, lights, reverse if I had it. So that's step 1. Let's throw it in and see what happens. I'm going to leave the temperature sensor and the RPM stuff intact in case I ever want to reattach it in the future, but I probably won't. Little paranoia now because I don't want to destroy this thing. TQ coming out, if I can get it out one-handed. And the reason I am changing is because I think that the temperature sensor fried the internals. It wasn't as fast as it was when I first opened the box. There's some weird things that the truck has been doing that make me think the receiver might be compromised. So, simple as that. Double-sided sticky tape on the back. Unplug the power line, the steering, maybe I have this reversed, and the throttle. TQI receiver still works. I might keep it for other projects, but it is effectively garbage for now. All right, just took the TQ receiver out, unravel this antenna. And I'm gonna throw some double-sided sticky tape on this and install it in the receiver box. I'm just using some Gorilla branded double-sided sticky tape. So we're gonna throw that on the back here. Push it on. And then I'm gonna run a couple tests to make sure everything works prior to actually installing it. So let's get the power installed. See if it turns on. It does. and then steering, and throttle. That's in there, and now I'm going to bind it to my controller. It should be pretty easy because it is a Traxxas branded TQI. Highly recommend this. You can set stuff from the app. Really cool. To bind a Traxxas TQI transmitter to a TQ receiver, first I'm going to hold the set button while turning it on. Red light flashes. Now I'm going to hold the link button here while turning on the truck. And there we go. Throttle's connected. Steering working properly. Sweet. Now I'm just going to remove the other side of the sticky tape, drop it in, and cover the whole thing up. Tuck all your wires off to the side right here. Fish the antenna through. I'm gonna tuck all these extra wires in there as well. And then kind of just latch that on. Grab your pin. Good to go. I actually lost a little rubber thing on this, so I will get a replacement and cap this off so that no moisture can get in. That's going to be in the mail in a couple days, but looks pretty good. So next, we are going to be replacing the 4 AA batteries in here with the Traxxas 1200 milliamp hour 6 volt receiver hump pack. So this allows me to just charge the vehicle using this little jack here, and then I don't need to open the whole thing up, replace the batteries. This should hold a charge a little bit better. I don't have to worry about receiver issues even more. 2 screws to undo for the receiver battery pack. And while I'm in there, I'm actually installing this, which will allow me to charge the battery and run power to the receiver all in one. So that's pretty nifty. So this process requires you to take this switch out. Try not to lose these parts either. Switch should just pop on out. And I actually should have left the power strip unplugged in the receiver. So gonna have to undo that again. There are 2 zip ties that you'll have to cut. And there is the battery pack removed. Now, we're gonna run our new setup, including the new wire, to the receiver, seal that up, grab some zip ties, and re-zip tie this power cord. First zip tie going in. You can actually feed the charging cord into the bottom of this, and it actually clips into place right there. There's only one right way to do it, so you'll know if you're messing it up. It's a little finicky, so be patient. Okay, there we go. So we got it in. There are these 2 little clips in there. It's kind of hard to see, but you have to open them up enough to get the plug through, and then you can push it in and lock it in. That's wired. Let's put the switch through this hole and then see if the whole thing starts charging. Okay, now that the switch is installed, you will just tuck everything up inside. Make sure the outlet goes, or the cords go through that notch. Line everything up, and we're looking to tighten everything up just like last time. Everything's buttoned back up. Now, whenever you want to charge it, you'll take the charger that came with your kit, plug in the Tamiya connector, like so. Then you open up this little rubber house, plug in the charger. Charging. Now that the electronics are taken care of, let's let this thing charge up and then see how it performs with a new receiver. Okay, we've transitioned to hat cam. So just fill it up and turn it on. Turn on the controller first, then the truck. You have to prime it a little bit. How's it going? Yeah.
Okay, so it works. But that's not all I want to do. So I got some parts coming in the mail, and let's see if we can upgrade this thing even more. It was starting to get a little long, so figured I'd end the video there. Like and subscribe if you want more build content, RC content, Land Cruiser content, plane building stuff. So yeah, next video with my shoulder, I can really only do some small scale stuff. So let's upgrade the T-Maxx even more. Talking aluminum parts instead of plastic. Cool. See you on the next one. Peace.